All right, folks, we're going to be servicing our precision steering dampener here. So the first thing you want to do is remove these. Once you get it off there, take these two bolts here off the bottom and remove the base. And then on the bottom here, there's a couple of screws here in the middle here. We want to make sure we got an Allen wrench for those. And then on the top here where our adjuster screws are, the first thing we want to do is back these all the way out. So let's turn them clockwise there until they stop. And they'll sit there and stop and get all this extra dirt off these things here. Then we want to do is go ahead and see if we can get these little screws out here. There should be some O-rings in them. We just got to be careful we don't lose any of this stuff. It's pretty fine. There's a little O-ring right in there. You just got to be careful not to lose it. I'll move them both out of here. Okay, oops, so this little O-ring right there, wanted to leave. We're going to turn it upside down now, and very gently here on some type of a rag, just kind of move it side to side here a little bit. See if little stuff dripping out of there. It's a little bit cold. That's all we're going to do is just keep turning this stuff side by side. It's actually, the fluid's looking pretty good. Let me get that little O-ring out of the way. We're just going to keep going back. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, there's my other O-ring. Alrighty, so we've got all the oil out of it. What we want to do now is just clean this thing up really good. Keep an eye on our O-rings here, we don't lose it. And then we're going to go and we're going to have to get some place here. I might have to get the heater going. It needs to be warmed up a little bit, and we'll put the oil back in here. So let me go ahead and get this cleaned up. Alright, folks, so I've got everything cleaned up. I got the oil out here. So we need some 20 weight fork oil. I've got this Bel-Ray here, 20 weight. This is probably a 2-year or a 20-year supply here. It doesn't take a whole lot for this thing. But what you do need is to transfer it into something small here. I've got this little thing with little squeeze bottle here that I can get down into these little screws here. So what we got to do here is we want to twist this thing, this bottom handle here, all the way to one side with this thing facing up. Stick this bottle in here as best we can and force the oil in. It's going to be a little bit of a mess. We're just going to put it in there like so. And then we're going to slowly rotate it to the other side here. Just being careful here not to, you can see it's hard to tell there, but it's getting some of the air out of the thing there, so we're just going to keep rotating this back and forth. Let that draw some oil in there. Okay, put a little bit more in this one here. There we go. So all we're going to do is just keep going back and forth here until we're happy with all the air out, which we're not right here. Okay, we got this kind of filled up here, got the air out. Gonna go ahead and seat these O-rings here. Get these little buggers on here. Be careful with them. Okay, wipe all this off really good. Move this around a few times here. Okay, let me get my hands clean here and we'll check it. All right, folks. So we got our thing filled with oil here. I forgot to mention here, I've got this heater blowing on it here. It's winter time. It's really cold outside. You're supposed to be doing this in about 70. And I've got this set at 70 there, so it's looking good. So what we want to do now is take our adjustment screws and slowly turn them all the way in till they seat. Do it on both sides here. Okay, we need to let it sit here for, it says roughly about 5 seconds or so, so we'll go ahead and do that. What we're trying to do now is just really check for the level of oil. It's just the method to do it. So it says pick one of these ones here and back it out 2 full turns. So I'm going to do that as well. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 2 turns. We let it sit again. So what it's doing is drawing oil up here. And what we want to do is slowly turn it. We should be between a quarter and a full turn, and we should start feeling a little bit of resistance. Right now it's just like turning threads, so it's almost nothing. But when we turn it in here, we should start feeling between a quarter and a full turn, we should start feeling a little bit of resistance. If we get that, then we are good on our oil. So yeah, so I'm right there, feeling good resistance there. So I'm well within a turn. It's doing pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. So going to here now is we really need to adjust the darn thing. So I'm going to stick this one in here. This here is the sides. I'm going to do about 9 clicks on the sides here. And then I'm going to do 7 on the center. So I've got that one there. See, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this one right here. See what I said, 7 to 9? Yeah. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So that should be, see, I can turn it here. Everything's going pretty good with this thing. So I'm feeling pretty good with this thing. I'm set here. So that's really it. The next thing we want to do here, let me get away from it really quick. Once we get this all the way done here, you want to make sure you service this. You can see here, if we look in the middle here, there's some little bushings. There's little rubber washers right here on both sides. We want to go through and make sure we clean all these up. Put some grease on them. Clean this up really good. So we want to go ahead and do that. Then we'll go ahead and get ready to assemble this. So that's really it. Pretty easy to do. Probably should do this about once a year. It's pretty quick and easy here. Just again, some 20 weight fork oil. Force it in the bottom there. Again, service everything. really good. You should spray this down with some silicone, you know, really about after every ride or every time you wash it, just to keep some, you know, lubrication in there. But that's really all there is to servicing these things. They're pretty quick and easy there. So yeah, it's just serving the Precision steering stabilizer.